it's that time of the day where he probably needs that jaldi cooling. So let's have a look at the coolest advice powered by Crompton Air Coolers Jaldi Cooling, because Maxwell is sitting out today. He's had a very strange season because he came in. He's done well with the ball, but with the bat, it's been dismal. He's got, I think, just one score, about 5 runs in his 7 innings. And that one against KKR when he got 28 he was dropped twice. So things just not quite going right with the bat. So he asks for the break. Then he gets a 5-day break, then he comes back in, can't do too much, and then gets dropped again. So there is a lot happening with Maxwell and clearly needs the jaldi cooling.
Maybe he again went to the coaching staff, or the coaching staff had seen him at training and just went, mate, you're not in the right headspace. And having watched Glenn Maxwell a lot, he goes through these kind of phases. It's happened back home in the Big Bash. It's happened in international cricket where he's had to take some time out of the game. Normally in Australia, when you take time out of the game for mental health reasons, there's actually a long process to be able to get back. Whereas here, it doesn't necessarily seem. He just said, look, I need a break.
Came back in 5 days, I think.
Yeah. So he said, I want to play some golf and spend some time with his family. Back home, there would be a bit more of a process that he would have to go through, and maybe he did rush back and he thought he was okay to play, and things didn't turn out the way he would have wanted on the field, and maybe he's back in that place that's not great for him.
But Paulie, if you have a look, he was in such great form before he came into the IPL. So you almost wonder, like, what happened there? These numbers do the talking, and ever since he's come into the IPL, he's just not been able to click.
Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, you talk about the World Cup. I mean, you do get to the fact that 2 of those hundreds, what is a 200 and 100, so 300 of those runs came in 2 knocks. He's kind of an individual who's, I don't know, when he's good, but when he's bad, I mean, we even seen against the same side he's playing, or this team's playing. You know, when he went to Punjab, he had that one season, didn't hit 1-6, couldn't get any runs. So that's probably the nature of the way he plays, and that's why sometimes as critics or armchair advisors, you think to yourself, well, why wouldn't you in a game like the other night where they've got all the time in the world to win the game, they've done all the damage, just knock it around, hit it on the ground for a while, and then he'll go, no, but this is how I play. And then unfortunately, that's what happens, is that when it goes wrong, it goes badly wrong, and you have to end up sitting out. I mean, I know we're talking about Crompton Air Coolers and the cooling off. He's been as cold as could be. I mean, he's been in the ice box. Never mind.
Is there a spot where you can put it up on
feeder?
feeder?
Can you warm it up? That's what he needs. He needs a bit of a fire to get him going again. And the frustration will definitely come for RCB fans if he goes to the World Cup and then has a few wonderful innings for Australia. And they go, well, any chance? We've paid you quite a bit of money to try and come and win us a few games, and you didn't manage to produce. So, I mean, if it is a mental thing and he's going through bad, you feel for the guy.
Yes.
But if it's just a case of where he maybe just needs to adjust his approach and he's not willing to do that, then you can't have as much sympathy. You know, if he's like, no, this is the way I play. Whereas if the coaches have gone to him and
we've been talking about adaptability, so he needs to kind of show that as well. But you'll see him getting retained next year, considering the way Will Jacks is going. We know what Faf is doing up top. There's Green there, so do you all see Maxi getting the big bucks next year?
No, I don't think he'll be retained. He'll definitely go back in the auction, and then it's up to, I guess it's how much the bidder wants to pay for him, really.
We talked about this bad season. When he went back in the auction, he got more money.
Yeah.
He was paid a certain amount by Punjab, did nothing, went into the auction and got more.
He did, yeah.
So I don't know. It's what they see. It's the same as, you know, for Punjab, you feel for them because Livingston's been a similar kind of purchase who hasn't really done much. And that's why you do sit between, do we go X factor firepower or do you go consistency?
Yeah.
And that's the balancing act. If you can get enough guys who can kind of still be a little bit consistent and then give you the beginnings, that's the ideal scenario, whereas these two unfortunately haven't really.
One thing, if he does have a good T20 World Cup, for the Australian side, and if RCB are wanting to retain him, I'd try and unlock the secrets of why does he do well in that situation. Is it training? Is it the environment? Is it
Is it the
people
jersey
around.
colour? Maybe it has to be yellow.
Maybe we need to go yellow. Instead of the green shirt, we'll bring in a yellow shirt. I mean,
Canary yellow.
she suggested it. I didn't come up with that.
Because when he is in Aussie colours, he seems to be doing very well. When he
No, yellow. You can't,
Yeah.
after 16 years now, just throw another yellow in somewhere else. Come on, ladies, really?
All right, let's have a
We've
look
been
at.
told.
Yeah, we'll have a look at what the coolest advice you all have written in and see who our two lucky winners for today are. The first one is Devdeep. He says, my coolest advice for Bengaluru is don't use DK as just a finisher. If wickets stumble like the last day, he is experienced to rebuild an innings too. We like it from CB here, Devdeep. Well done. Next up, we've got his coolest advice is not to use Swapnil Singh for just one over, can use him better. All right, that was very cool advice as well. So thank you for writing in and congratulations to both of you. You all know the drill though. If you all have any cool, quirky, funny, serious advice, do write into us on #coolest advice to win big prizes powered by Crompton Air Coolers Jaldi Cooling.